Welcome to the Board Game Network. This is James. I'm going to be talking about this game called Unusual Suspects, put up by Cool Mini or Not. Here is the components of the game. It's a card game, and it's a cooperative team game. And it has elements of code names where you have cards out here in a grid, and you're trying to get your teammates to pick out the ones that you're cluing them to, or not pick out the ones that you don't want them to pick out, essentially with this one. Whereas code names, you're trying to pick out the ones you're giving clues to. It also has elements of that, whatever that old game is that had people on it, and they were flipped up, and then somebody would say, well, do they have glasses? And it's either yes or no, and then you flip down the ones that don't have glasses. And do they have long hair? And you flip down the ones. Are they female? Flip down. You know, that game, whatever that game is, it's got elements of that also. What you're doing is you have a card that you flip up, and this is the guilty party. These are all suspects, and one of you is a witness, and you're going to draw a random card out, and it's going to tell you who the guilty party is, and then you've got a deck of questions that you answer. So you're going to flip up a question card, and you're either going to put it in the yes or the no column for yes, they do this, or no, they don't. And then the other people in the game are picking out those who do not have, or the opposite of the guilty party. And you have a wide variety of people to pick from. I mean, you don't really pick, you're randomly setting this up. So every game is going to be different, because you're going to have young people and old people. You're going to have white people, black people, Asian, Mexican, whatever. You're going to have female and male. You're going to have it looks like upper class, middle class, lower class, just by the way they're dressed. A wide variety of people in here, and a wide variety of questions. So I don't know how many cards are in here, but a lot. So you're not going to, and you're only going to, the whole game is going to last at most 11 questions. So it'll take you several games to get through this deck of questions one time. I do want to say that there is some controversy on this game because you're typecasting people. Now that's okay to typecast cars, like, oh, Fords are always bad and Chevys are always good. Well, nobody thinks that every Ford is bad and every Chevy is good or whatever. Nobody thinks that all of, you know, whatever store, all Walmarts are bad and all Kmarts are good or whatever. But you're typecasting, you say, well, in general, this kind of store, because of my experience, is bad, and this kind of lawnmower is good because of my experience. Well, you're doing that with people, and because of that, you want to really make sure that the people you're playing with can take a joke. Let's just put it that way. So, you know, how many blondes does it take to screw in a light bulb? That kind of question. If that offends somebody, that's not the kind of person you want playing this game. You want to have a group of people that you can, you know, joke with, and so when you get a question like, do they always pay their taxes, and you put it down in the yes or the no, you go, well, I don't know, do rich people always pay their taxes, or do poor people always pay their taxes? Well, you know, not every rich person pays their taxes or doesn't pay their taxes. You're just putting a generality. You're typecasting rich people, you're typecasting poor people. And so once the witness puts down whether this is a yes or a no, then the other people discuss it. And so you're going to, and it's really a challenge, it's really your goal to come up with the same answer as the witness, the person that put it down. Let me read some more questions. Do they save money? Oh, okay. Well, do you think that rich people save more money or poor people? You might say, well, you know, this person is as well dressed So he probably saves more money. But then you could also say, well, a lot of people that spend a lot of money on clothes and cars don't have any money and they're in debt because they spend it all on clothes and cars. So it very lively type discussion, you know, that can come out of some of this. Do they own a house? Once again, do the rich people own houses, or do the poor people, the middle class, own houses? Do they drink a lot of coffee? There are no questions in here that say, is it a female or a male? Do they have blonde hair? It's, you know, it is completely different in that game where you flip down the people because they have glasses on them. They don't have those kinds of questions in here. Do they have tattoos? And I just played this the other day, and I had the question, do they give to charity? And there was a younger, maybe 20-ish Asian person, and that was the guilty person according to my card. And I put down that they did give to charity because I was thinking, well, Asians probably give to charity just as much as anybody else or more. But they picked it out as being not somebody who would give to charity because he's in his 20s. And so they were thinking that the younger people gave to charity less than older people do. So we weren't on the same wavelength there. But this game is very challenging to get to the last player, to the guilty card. It's very challenging to do that and wipe out everybody except for the guilty one, because it's hard to think the same way. Everybody doesn't always think the same way. And so the more discussion you get, so this is a 20-minute type game. So it's a filler game. It's you throw it down, you play it once or twice, and lively discussion there. So it is interesting to hear. It's a conversation starter for a group of people, and so that is Unusual Suspects. I'm just once again saying, make sure you play it with people that you know. You don't want to play it with your new boss. You don't want to play it with the new neighbors. You want to play it with people that you know, and you know that it's all a discussion, and it's okay to talk about things. So that is Unusual Suspects, put by Cool Mini or Not, and it's a brand new game. It just recently came out. So make sure you tune into all of our videos here at the Board Game Network.